Shalom Markins Rakam Kapashan Jim London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Chakadash. Want to give the double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful that's preaching his truth in all sincerity. Right? Back again with another video. I got an article here from the Metro, here from the UK, and you got here Russian state TV simulates nuking Europe in 200 seconds with no survivors. Right? I did a video, last week. Speaking about these the capabilities of these missiles. These are not the same nukes that were used back in World War II. Those hydrogen bombs and whatever. These are thermonuclear weapons, right? And they get launched on missiles that can hold 10 warheads, 10 nuclear warheads, man. So the capability of these missiles are far, far, far greater than anything that's ever been used on the earth before, right? And on one missile with 10 warheads or whatever could actually take out the whole UK. It could do that, right? Such as the destruction power of it, right? But yeah, they were showing these clips, they doing their saber rattling, doing their threats. All this is in that theater of war shit, and it plays into the part of wars and rumors of wars. Russia throwing like feints to keep the enemies at bay, keep them distracted, keep them from doing anything, right? Trying to freeze them in position, so to speak, right? Because they don't want them to get involved in the whole Ukraine situation or all that business, right? So these are kind of like throwing feints that they're threatening. The time is not yet to release these nukes on these places, right? But the time will come, and some of these European countries, they will be targets of Russia. Because the Most High, you're going to put a cold spirit upon them, man. Okay, the Most High ain't playing with the judgment, right? He ain't playing. He's going to use these Russians to the full effectiveness, right? And these Russians ain't going to be playing, man, right? Some people would think it's inconceivable that they would unleash this destruction upon the world, but the Lord is going to make them do it. The Lord is going to put that spirit upon them, man. All right? Let me read some of this, right? It says Russian state TV has simulated how Putin could launch a nuclear strike on Europe that would take just 200 seconds and leave no survivors. Another thing about these missiles now, right? Them have got hypersonic missiles. Yeah, you ain't got much time to react. Once they're shot, you ain't gonna have much time to react, man. Right? It says Kremlin propagandists recreated nuclear blasts on 3 European capitals, claiming the missiles would hit Paris, Berlin, and London in just 3 minutes. Hosts were reacting to comments from the UK's armed force minister saying he supported Ukraine strikes on Russia's infrastructure when the discussion took a dark turn. Says the chairman of the Nationalist Rodina Party, Alexei Shirkalov, right, whatever, pondered that would happen if Putin launched nuclear weapons against the UK, saying one Sarmat missile and the British Isles would be no more. All right. So the producer of the show then showed viewers of a map seeming to suggest missiles could be launched from Kaliningrad, the Russia enclave between Poland, Lithuania, and the Baltic Sea. So it suggested these could reach Berlin in 106 seconds because they're closer, right, to Germany, so they have even less time to react. Paris in 200 seconds and London in 202 seconds. So there's only a 2-second difference between Paris and London, man. Mad, right? So, okay, whatever, right? The terrifying clip was shown on Channel 1's 60 Minutes program, one of the most popular shows in Russia, which is hosted by husband and wife Olga Sakabayeva and Evgeny Popov. Who in this woman, right, who's nicknamed the Iron Doll Putin TV for her criticism of opposition parties, cautioned, but we are serious people. Right? The Russians are serious. No, but the Most High is serious, man. The Most High got you in this cold mentality, this cold spirit, this cold war spirit, man. Right? And this is all set up, man. The Most High is set out to be this way, right? You are the, I know you're being framed as the bad guy in this, I guess, but America is no better. But you're this antagonist, for lack of better words, being used, man. And the Most High got you in a particular spirit to come up against America, man. Because there ain't, regardless of what it is, right? It's a ballsy move, right? It is mutual destruction, to come up against America and NATO and all that kind of. But it's a mad move still. Even though they're nuclear capable, they got a great military and all that kind of stuff. It is a ballsy move, man, and it is a ludicrous move. But the Most High has got the spirit upon these Russians to pursue that, right? And it's written in Ezekiel 38. I shall get to the point in verse 4. So I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy army and horsemen and horses and horsemen, all them clothed with all sorts of armor, even with great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, right? So them the Most High putting the hooks into them, right, is returning them to that hard, cold state where they were, really up against America, man, back in the Cold War. They went quiet after that all died down, right? Russia lost its footing. Okay, they lost strength, right? Um, and so they've been put back in that spirit, man, because they don't like America, man. They don't like NATO. They don't like the West, right? And the Lord is putting that spirit upon them to rise up against them, right? And if I jump down to verse 10, right, it says, "Thus saith the Lord power. It is also come to pass that at that same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought." Right? The things that are coming into their mind is this: sending these nuclear missiles, man. Right? And predominantly America, but obviously they're threatening the UK, so Europe, so they can stay at the frame of the whole Ukraine situation. But only that evil thought is, we're gonna destroy America. We're gonna send all the nuclear warheads that we got, right, and we're gonna shoot them at America, man. And obviously places like parts of Europe are gonna get touched too, you know. But there'll be survivors, obviously. You know, they ain't gonna destroy the whole of the UK. Okay, that ain't gonna happen. You know, but these places probably will get touched because they're strategic, points, right? You wanna kind of what's the word, disable these other great so-called great military nations, right? This is Zerkilov, whatever, doubled down, declaring we will start with a blank slate. The man don't care, right? The man think, yeah, we'll. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, it's like I missed the part. Uh, yeah. All right. Continue on, says, but we are serious people, right? The politician hit back and said, "I am saying that seriously." This prompted Popov to point out that the UK also has nuclear weapons. Yeah, yeah, they do. And this is why it ended it ended well for nobody, man. This place is gonna mutually destroy a lot of the earth and each other. A lot of death is gonna take place, right? But UK ain't up to the grade, the standard that the Russians are with their missile capabilities, right? And their arsenal is low compared to Russia, so they can't do as much damage as Russia will. Right, it says no one will survive in this war when you propose a strike with a Sarmat. Do you understand that no one will survive? Right? Which, like I said, even in this World War III and nuclear destruction, man, there's going to be survivors, man. The whole Earth ain't going to be destroyed and nothing like that. The Earth remaining forever, man. And not everybody on Earth's going to die. Right? That's, part of the prophecies, part of the judgment. The judgment's going to come down, but not everybody's going to die from the missiles. Right? Some people are going to be reserved to be put into chains, put into slavery. Okay, and they're going to die at some latter point. But this ain't going to be the end of the world. That whole thought out thing. The Earth's going to destroy itself and that bullshit. Right? Because the Lord's got to come down and claim Earth for himself. right? The kingdom of heaven's got to be established here on earth, man. So it's got to be here, right? And people got to be here to serve, okay? But just a large portion of people are going to get put to death. You know, that's all it is. So, fucking hell. So no one will survive in this war when you propose the strike with a Sarmat. Do you understand that no one will survive? No one on the planet. So they're going overboard. You know, they're going overboard with the shit. No one on the planet. You know, because the Lord ain't going to let it happen, you know. Zirkle doubled down, declaring, "We will start with a blank slate." He talked about starting Earth again. That's like a a greater reset, right? Then we're gonna start from the blank slate. Stone Age shit. Before saying the missiles can't be intercepted, right? And this is the thing with the speed of these missiles, and the lack of defense. You know, they got the missile defense systems, but they're not designed to really deal with these ones. You know, they're used to the ICBMs that kind of loop over, you know, and drop into the atmosphere. These ones will fly low and quick. And like I said, you got a couple minutes to react, and it ain't going to be quick enough, man. They're not going to pick them up. All right, it says that their abilities are limited. They say they can shoot it down. We'll see about that, he added. uh, So in a tweet sharing the video with a Western audience, Julia Davis, creator of Russian Media Monitor, said Russian TV keeps threatening nuclear strikes against Western nations, desperately trying to deter them from continuing to help Ukraine. And that's what it is. Like I said, you know, them man throwing them fates to kind of put off the enemy, right? Let's see what else is there. So it came a day after Putin vowed to respond at lightning speed, right? And when this all goes down, it's going to happen quick. When America goes down, it's going to happen quick. The scriptures say, well, within 1 hour, you know, Babylon the Great, which is America, is going to be destroyed, right? And the scripture speaks about lightning. Satan, I beheld Satan fall as lightning. They're going to go down quick. When it all does go down, it's going to happen quick, right? So it's the countries that try to interfere with this war in Ukraine, telling politicians in St. Petersburg, we don't brag, we'll use them. Because that's the spirit the Most High's got on these guys right now, man. They ain't playing. They're not paying, man. And we're going to find out soon, right? This is an apparent reference to his nuclear arsenal, okay, which is not his arsenal. Okay, this is the Most High's arsenal, man. You know, the Most High command when they get used. All right, it's Jeremiah 50 verse 25. I'm gonna read this part, but I'm gonna come back to here. All right, so the Lord have opened his armory, right, and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. That's these missiles, you know, and all these other destroying instruments, but primarily it's the great weapon, you know, the arrows that get spoken about, shot from the utmost part of the earth. This is talking about these nuclear missiles, man, that's going to destroy the land of America, right? Which it goes on to say, the Lord have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of the Lord Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. Okay, the Chaldeans represent the Babylonians, okay, you know, which represents America, right? And so the whole land of America is going to be destroyed by these missiles, man, by these, you know, warheads. All right, it's the Most High's weapons that he created, and these men are just in possession of them and are going to use them against America. So earlier this month, the isolated despot put the world on notice that Russia was prepared to deploy its newly tested ultra-advanced intercontinental missile, nicknamed Satan II by the West. Right, they always got these fucking names, right? Said to be capable of destroying an area twice the size of the UK. Right, the US and UK have dismissed such rhetoric as saber rattling. Okay, the wars and rumors of wars. It's just, you know, them going back and forth, you know, at this moment in time at least, right? But the increasing frequency offers a bleak outlook of how the world is being shaped by Ukraine's invasion. All right, so that's all I'm going to read out of that. That's mostly the point. Right, but like I said, you know, it's merely saber rattling at this point. All right, because the Lord is not ready to unleash that destruction just yet. Right, this is Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth. Right, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. Right, this wind represents destruction. Right, and the angels are charged with, managing events, managing affairs. That things happen on time. And not before, not after, but on time. Right, so this great destruction is not going to happen before its time. Okay, and that's why we know the MOTB needs to be implemented first. Okay, it has to be out here. Right, it ain't going to be World War III and then the mark. It might come in a position with great instability in the world, which is getting that way. But America can't be destroyed before the mark is introduced. That's out of order. That's not the order of the prophecies. Right, America cannot be destroyed before the mark of the beast has been, pushed upon the world. Right, I said there might be wars and there'll be fighting going on, but America can't. The end of America can't come before the MOTB. Right, so the angels are here holding things to time, and so Russia ain't gonna be launching no nuclear missiles on Britain, Berlin, or Paris right now. That's not gonna happen. Right, the MLTB is not even here, because as soon as that happens, as soon as Russia launches any type of nuke on anywhere, nah, it's over, man. These men will be launching nukes, for the next 10 seconds before everyone's dead. It will happen straight away. These other nations are not going to hold back, right? So that would bring around an abrupt end to these nations, right? So they ain't going to release no nukes on these cities at this moment in time, man. It's not time yet. The MLTB isn't here in force yet. Obviously, people are already taking it, but it's not being forced upon the world yet. So that's got to come to pass first. All right. And obviously, the elect, they got to be delivered, sealed and signed, sealed, delivered. They got to be, sealed, right? And, all that's got to take place. Okay, which, we're all out here, man. Okay, we're all out here, man. The elect are out here. Okay, ready to be delivered, man. Ready to be taken out of this place, man. We're ready, man. Lord, we're ready, man. Just want to get the hell up out of here. Um, I've done Ezekiel 38, okay. We'll grab this, man. We'll end up with this, right? This is Joel chapter 2. I'm gonna start from the top. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Right? It's getting closer, right? It's nigh at hand, right? A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong, they have not ever been the like. And what we're about to read here is really describing these missiles, right? These missiles are what the Lord's going to use to destroy America and to cause great destruction in these different lands, right? So they have not been ever the like, neither shall they be any more after it, right? These missiles are created for this single point in time to be used to destroy Esau and his kingdom. They ain't gonna make no reappearance. We're not gonna be practicing this technology again ever after this, man. One time use, right? This is even to the years of many generations, right? A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. And the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, and nothing shall escape them. Right? So when these missiles are launched, man, they cause great destruction, man. And whereas things may, look pretty peaceful and all this business, right? What it leaves is a desolation behind it, It says the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, as horsemen, as so shall they run. The noise of chariots on top of the mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as strong people set in battle and array. Before their face the people shall be much pained. right? And you, well, not for long. They got, man in Europe got 3 minutes, up to 3 minutes, man, and then all faces shall gather blackness, and then they're gonna be destroyed, But what's it? America? They say those missiles can reach America in like, what is it, 30, 45 minutes or something like that, right? It's quick, right? They're not gonna have people are not gonna have time to do nothing, you know. You ain't gonna have time to find your nearest bunker because yeah, you ain't gonna have time, man. You'll be all kinds of traffic jams. You've seen those movies, right? There's not much time to react to that, right? So their face shall be of the people. Sorry, before their face, the people shall be much pained. All face shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Okay, they're gonna get shot. They're gonna, you know, uh, stay in uniform, man. They're gonna be, set in array, right? This is It says, neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk up everyone his path, right? They got a trajectory, right? They got a route that they take, right? That's their path, right? So they ain't gonna stray from that path. They're not gonna get taken out. They're not gonna hit one another. They all got their own GPS location signals locked in, right? Where they're gonna land, what time they're gonna land, because they can vary the rate of the speed and the timing of when they touch down and all that kind of business, right? They've got the technology for that, right? And when they shall fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded, right? So when they die, when they are destroyed, when they make contact, or some of them, I believe they can blow them up early in the atmosphere, like in the sky and stuff like that. Depending on what they want to do with it. But when they ultimately, come to be destroyed, right? They're destroyed, man. They're not flesh. They're not wounded. They weren't alive, right? So they shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief, right? So with that nuclear wind, that explosion will just consume and run through everything, man. Right? The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble, and the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Right? So like I said, with the explosion, man, all the plumes of the smoke and all that stuff, man, it's gonna cover the sky, okay, blocking the stars and the sun, the moon, all the light from them, right? And the megaton, or gigatons of energy that's released from them, man, is gonna cause the earth to shake. Okay, wriggle to and fro like a drunkard, man. So these weapons are terrible weapons. Okay, and the Most High is holding them for that particular time, man. They will get used, right? Time is just not right this second, But these the Lord's not playing, man. Okay, and the Russians, man, when they're saying this, man, the Lord is making them do these things, man. It's not a joke. It ain't a joke, right? Most High got the spirit upon them right now, man. Right, and they will use these weapons, man. Don't. Who said it, man? When they're saying just saber rattling. Uh, yeah, the US and UK have dismissed such rhetoric. No, man, don't think these men are playing. Okay, the Most High's not playing, man. The Most High got the spirit upon them, right? And they're gonna launch these crazy ass missiles, man, and destroy America, man, and destroy certain cities, man. You know, Israel gonna get Israel gonna catch one. They're gonna get put down, man. You know. This is verse 11. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong to execute his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who can abide it? Right. This is all, you know, being, held in store for the day of the Lord. All right. And like I said, the day of the Lord, there's an order to that. There's like a timeline of prophecy that needs to occur. Right. So we know the destruction of America is pretty much at the end of that. Right. The MOTB is a bit before that. Right. The coming of the Lord is going to come simultaneously with the destruction of America, man, as the missiles are about to reach America. And that coincides with the saving of the elect out of the land of America. right? And all the angels and that, they're going to be appearing across the world, and everybody shall see them, right? And then that pretty much marks the end of Esau's reign, all right, where we're going to come down and dominate the earth, and put the nations into slavery, and judge them, all right? So, you know, got a little way to go, but we can see it's all coming together nicely. Like I said, these Russians are not playing. The Most High has got him in that spirit, in that mode right now. So what are just threats right now, is gonna turn into reality. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom, and I'll catch you boys in the next one. I hope this is edifying, and I'll see you boys soon. Shalom.